Wow, this is fancy.
And welcome back to ADHD Thoughts with your host, Matt Klesch and Andrew. Bruce.
Great
Is
start.
Bruce your middle name or your last name?
Last.
Okay. I just had to make sure.
My middle name is Jonathan.
Jonathan?
Yes.
Mine was almost Jonathan, I think. It's Joseph. Joseph. Very biblical. Matthew Joseph.
Matthew Joseph.
Then just throw some
Fitting.
Europe. Klesch.
You're very biblical.
I am. Uh, I was reading the Bible the other day because and I was reading about Jacob. And you should read the Bible, even if you don't believe in it, because it's one of the most decorated and intricate pieces of literature and history, without a doubt. But I was reading it, and a part of me was like, I kind of wish my name was Jacob, just because he was kind of a gangster. He was a madman. He literally stole his whole brother's inheritance, left, got three wives, came back, and just gave his brother like a kingdom, basically, just stuff. And I was like, how do you steal someone's inheritance? Just pick up three wives, disappear for 20 years, and then come back and make it up so well that everyone's like, nah, this guy's dope.
Nah, it's cool.
Yeah, nah, this guy's dope.
Well, there you
Yeah,
go, folks. Your Bible story for the day.
there it is. Jacob, real gangster, and he wrestled God. Hurt his hip.
You did.
He did. But
Bring me back to my Catholic school days.
yeah. Oh, dude, I had a friend get kicked out of Catholic school. This is the greatest thing. His name's Jordan, and I wish I could just show you guys a picture of him. I will one day, because I have 100 stories that I'll probably tell. But he got kicked out of a Catholic school in Montana, and he was riding the edge at this point, don't get me wrong. But he says, I know how to make a bomb. And they kicked him out. Yeah. And he didn't. That's the thing, is like he didn't know how to make a bomb. I've seen him write an essay. There's no way this man.
I mean, I feel like with the internet, you can just Google it. But also, don't do that, world.
Spark
Don't Google that.
don't, yeah. Maybe. You know, have you ever seen sparkler bombs?
No.
The
I,
Fourth of
I,
July.
I'm not from Montana. I had things to do.
Yeah, not us. Not
Not,
us.
not us.
You just tie like 100 sparklers together, get some duct tape, just real tight. Go somewhere that like you're not gonna get in trouble immediately. Put it all in a cooler, tie a fuse to the end of the sparklers, light the sparklers. It is literally an explosion.
I was gonna say
The
just a
police.
fireball.
Yeah, it is, and it's great. But you can lose a hand. Like I know that there's a lot of people that are like, be careful with fireworks, you can use a hand. No, you could die. Like what?
Speaking of losing hands, have I ever told you my story when I was working custodial at Disney about the finger?
Uh-uh. I
So
don't
I was
think.
working, I get a call on my radio that's like, we have a medical emergency. Can you come help? I'm like, first of all, I'm in custodial. Why am I involved in the medical emergency?
Yeah.
I get there, it's at the Wetzel's Pretzels, and they go, we had a dude lose a finger. I was like, what? And they were like,
Yeah.
and we need you to clean it up. I was like, what? So
That's a
yeah,
mess.
I walk around the corner. Top of dude's pinky is just on the ground, and he had
Well,
like he had like walked all the way back from where it got caught between a cart and a steel door, and he like waddled his way back, dripping blood everywhere, and I had to clean it up. But the worst part was Disneyland security goes, they go, can you just get rid of that finger? I go, I think he's gonna want that.
yeah. You gotta put it
So
on us.
I went and got some ice. I put it on ice, and then I took it to the paramedics, and they're like, "Oh, we were looking for that." I was like, "Yeah, I bet you were."
See, that's why they called you. Is because they're like, it's the closest thing we have to a doctor. It's
I think
our
I was just the
custodian. Yeah.
I was
No,
just the only
Disneyland.
one's glove.
It's a lawless place.
It is. It's wild. I
Like,
got stories for days.
let me tell you something. There's a lot of people that don't bring their kids to Disneyland, and that scares me.
Hey now, watch yourself.
No. See, I actually love Disneyland, but it is a lawless place, and the conspiracies are amazing. And
Yeah,
some of them hold some serious weight. Like some of them hold some serious water, just because I'm sure there's secrets that they won't reveal, just because it's Disney. And like, if you're a magician or you like do entertainment, like you're not gonna just show every little thing, right? But some of it's so fun, like the Haunted Mansion conspiracy. I was watching some about that, like that someone, I think it was about like someone dying on the ride and it actually being haunted.
Yeah, no one died on it, but someone did shoot a BB gun into the glass on the like ballroom scene, and if you look closely enough, you can see the crack in the glass.
How did you get a BB gun into Disneyland?
That I mean, it was like in the '90s or early 2000s
You could just pack
before,
it there.
yeah,
We're lucky it wasn't a real gun.
for real.
Or maybe unlucky, because then they would have had to redo the ride completely. Made it brand new.
In 1999,
When was Disneyland built?
it opened in 1955.
When was the first cartoon released? Mickey Mouse, right?
33.
Dang, dude. 100 years. Sometimes I forget that TVs are that old. When was when was the first TV? The first TV ever sold. You'd be surprised, but I actually didn't type in anything just now. 1929. And when was it colorized?
50s, 40s.
That's so that's unfortunate. The TV came out when the Great Depression started. 1937. So they made quick work on that. That's pretty impressive actually.
Yeah, but
But
then
yeah,
there wasn't was found before color.
yeah. Yeah, for sure. I think
Well,
that
no, like the like matched
oh,
uptown sound because they used to have to do it like separately.
did TV have sound? Oh yeah, because you have to use the correct answer is the first TV did not have sound. The TVs of the could only project images. So you're right. Honestly, when did TVs? Yeah. Oh no, I think they had sound before color, but I think you're right. I think at one point you like had to turn on the radio for the sound of
Yeah.
the TV. I
Well, and
think
then like when you went to the theater, it was either like a live orchestra or it was like they had filmed it and then done sound separately and they were playing both at the same time.
see that's kind of ballin' though. Like you got a whole orchestra at the movie theater.
Yeah.
That's kind of sick.
But
I
back to Disney, Steamboat Willie was the first movie that had like sound in it.
oh, that's like the old people's version of Thomas the Choo Choo Train.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah, Steamboat Willie. I recall. And you know what's funny? When I was a kid, I don't know at what time of the day, but I remember I'd always whenever I watched cartoons, it was like the old Mickey Mouse and like
Hmm.
Popeye, like the black and white cartoons. And in my head, cartoons were still only in black and white, probably until I was 7. Yeah. Like when I found out TV was colorized, like way before I was born, I was like, no way, dude. And I
Hey,
don't know.
maybe Montana was just late. You don't know.
Well, I definitely saw colorized TV, you know. I was just so young and in my head, the only cartoon options were black and white with no real words, just noises. And I loved it. It was fine with me.
Oh, that's it.
I did. But
You
I haven't been to Disneyland since I was 12. I need to go back. But I'm
got
also
it.
scared of roller coasters, so
Disney roller coasters aren't bad. You got to go with me though, because I don't wait in lines because
you got the fast pass?
I got the fast pass. I got friends. I know how to work the system. It's great.
Yeah, I do need to go with you because lines are like my mortal enemy. Like if you
Yeah,
want to have an awful day, put me in a line
I
because I'll make
think
sure we all.
that might be the ADHD. It's
Yeah, it sucks, dude. But I love the shops.
same.
And now I see you can make your own lightsaber. I'd be all
You
game
can.
for I'd be so game for that. What's the rarest one? The yellow?
Uh, no, the black.
Okay. You better
The black
see me
is
if I
cool.
don't get a black lightsaber. You better put
That
Disneyland on lockdown because I will make a scene
if
immediately.
our first check we get off of this podcast for going to Disneyland making lightsabers.
Dude, we should. I would be down. I would go to Disneyland today. Well, actually, I can't today, but Tuesday I would
Yeah.
go. My mom comes to town tomorrow, so
Mm,
which I'm so excited for actually, but really kind of constrains your weekend, doesn't it?
yeah.
What do you
Yeah.
got going on in your life? I think I asked you this yesterday, but like most the thing you're most excited for this week.
Oh,
And if there's nothing, maybe you should put something in your schedule.
no, I'm starting my new job on Monday because I have like $0 in my bank account, so that's great. and I
You
get
don't.
paid weekly, so
Oh, that is kind of nice. Budgeting, that's way better.
yeah.
Getting, I get paid bi-weekly, which it's the first time I've been paid bi-weekly in a couple years. It
Hmm.
sucks, dude. Sucks.
Dude, we both used to get paid monthly, and then I kept doing that in my other job, and it's terrible. By the end
It's
of the
all,
month, you're like, oh, hope I make it.
yeah, because you can't plan for anything.
Yeah,
And like, you get it all at once and like things come up. It's kind of nice to have it spread out.
yeah,
But yeah, but the monthly wasn't so bad. And we had a dope job. That's the only thing that made
yeah. It was
the
cool.
job was cool. Yeah, I was broke at the gym, dude. I'm driving 45 minutes to work. Some days I would drive 45 minutes for one trip. And you just toughed it out. You're like made 20 bucks today, spent 15 in gas, but you know,
Yeah, your car also didn't have great gas mileage at that point.
no, no. And I was luckily for me, the house I bought, I rented out the rooms, so I actually made $400 a month off my
Yeah,
house, or else I would have sunk, dude.
at
Can't
least,
do
and
that.
it was COVID, so gas was cheap.
Yeah. Dude, and I was still broke. I still couldn't afford gas. Every once in a while, I'd be like, Mom, throw me 20. Throw me 20, moms. And she would. Got me through. Love
Yeah,
that
I
lady.
can't believe you did that every day. That was so far.
Dude, I sucked it up. Dude, people, like motivational people, or like even some of my friends are always like, you go to sacrifice. And I go, don't tell me about sacrifice.
Oh,
I isolated for 2 years with no money to my name. I had to budget. I probably had $100 every 2 weeks for groceries, and I was trying to gain weight, lift
I
every
was gonna
day.
say eating steak every night.
Yeah, I ate steak every night, and no one would come hang out with me because I was so far away. I literally probably had outside of work, social, like environments, maybe I could count on both my hands in those two
Yeah.
years.
Well, I
Because
mean,
like,
like we never hung out, even though we hung out every day, and we were always like, "Oh yeah, let's hang out." But then it was like,
yeah,
I don't want to drive an
well,
hour.
because then like I go to Mountain Home and I'm like, well, like Adam or someone would always be like, let's go get a drink. I'm like, dude, I can't go have a drink because I am awful at moderation and I have to drive 45 minutes home. So I can't
That's
do it.
true. I
Yeah.
I've seen it firsthand. I had a gambling experience with Matt at the casino in Scottsdale where he kept disappearing and coming back with money out of the ATM.
Yeah. It's, listen, you don't have to fight your addiction, you just have to fight the environment. If you can't stop gambling, stay away from the blackjack tables. Or win.
Well, that was the problem. You would win, and then you go, "I'm going all in," and then you would lose.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, but see, here's the thing. I could do that 10 times, but if I win on the 11th, I'm up. I'm in the green, baby.
You know, that's true, but you
I'm in the
didn't.
green, baby. Come on, let me shut this. We got company over. Our house is going to be just chaos ground for the rest of the weekend. And our pool, we're waiting for pool guys to come clean it because there's algae on the bottom, which I don't mind, but the girls seem to really be off put with. I'm like, I drink lake water. Throw me in that. Throw me in that, dude.
Sometimes you say things that are just so Montana that it scares me.
Dude, we used to shower in the lake. Like when we'd go camping, this is the dumbest thing, but we'd bring a bottle of shampoo and we'd put it on and then jump in the lake as if that cleaned our hair.
I mean, kinda. You might
I
have
mean,
some eating amoeba in your hair, but it's
yeah.
clean.
Well, it depends on the lake you go to. You go to Flathead Lake,
I
you
was
can
gonna
see
say
the
Flathead
bottom
is,
of the lake. Yeah.
yeah.
That's not where we were.
we
You could
we
see
were
it.
in a sewer reservoir.
Yeah, we were at Sealy Lake, and if you went underwater with goggles and you put your hand out, you could maybe make out a little bit of it.
That's like there's the lake in Nampa in Idaho, Lake Lowell. People are
Mm,
out there like water skiing and like next to dirty diapers. It's like that is a runoff ditch. Don't
that's
swim.
I didn't know that. Is that really like a waste dump?
Yeah, it's like all the farms because it's like irrigation. Yeah,
Yeah. I never went. I get Montana and Idaho mixed up sometimes. Because I don't think this pond is in Idaho that I'm thinking of. Wadsworth Pond, definitely in Montana.
Yeah.
But like it's 20 minutes out of town, and it's just this huge pond that's pretty clean actually, and people would just go,
Hmm.
but it's kind of hidden. And I wish they had something like that in Idaho, because I feel like I went to float the river, and they gave me like a deflated tube, and no one told me that one, the river is freezing. This was in like probably May, so it was not hot out. And I didn't. I just
And that's all just snow that melted like yesterday.
Yeah. Well, and listen, the bottom of the river is very rocky, and I'm on a
Mhm.
deflated tube, and we're going, and every couple seconds I'm just boom on my butt. A rock has just hit me, and if you know me, I'm a little bony, and
A
so like
little.
when that happens, it hurts. And we're going, and I'm toughing it out. I got like a white claw, so I'm like, you know what? After a few of these, it's gonna hurt less and less. And we're going, and someone goes, "Oh, here comes the drop off," and I look, and I go, "What do you mean a drop off? No one told me there were waterfalls on this river." And they're like, "Oh, it's not that big, don't worry." And I go, "Well, there's not been a drop off yet, and my right cheek is bruised beyond repair." And they go, "It's okay, it's okay." And we're going to the drop off, and I'm just like, "Okay, well, like either I jump out and swim in this river, or I just take the drop off." Took it, hit my butt so hard, I think I bruised my tailbone. Got out, walked. I said, "You got, I'm walking." Walked, was fed up, dude. And my buddy, he had a deflated tube also, got out, walked with me, and we just went the whole way, just went, was not happy at all. It was great. But good memory, awful time.
Terrible. It's that, yeah. That's usually how the best memories are. Like,
That's true.
because we think of our job as being really fun, but during the summer it was 112 degrees in the gym and we were dying. But
Yeah. That's
good
true. You
memories.
always remember the good.
It's true.
Our job was pretty fun though.
It was.
Like even at the time I could always maintain the thought like I don't want to go today, but being able to tell people what I do is so like even just that alone is worth doing it because I'm
Yeah.
proud of it.
It's
I love it.
That's the closest we were ever going to get to playing professional basketball. We worked in basketball.
Yeah, exactly. And it was fun. And we got
It was.
good runs all the
We
time.
did.
That one summer where all the college kids came back, I
Yeah.
remember Abby specifically because that was I think like the only summer she was there. So
Hmm.
that summer when she was back, we got every week probably the best runs consistently that you could ask for
Yeah.
outside of like a collegiate open gym.
Hmm. Yeah. Good times.
Great times.
Uh,
Great times.
that floor's got no bounce though. Straight on the concrete.
No, it's
Hurts.
bad on your knees.
It's true.
Not having a spacer in between the cement and the hardwood. What do you think about the Mavericks last night? Did you expect that?
Uh, I thought they were gonna lose. I think they'll win game two, but
Yeah.
I did not think it was gonna be like that.
I put the house on the Mavericks. You know why though? I didn't expect Kyrie to play so poorly. I
Yeah,
was like, Kyrie has been here, done that in like the most crucial moments of this series. And I was like, Luka's a monster. Their role players are playing really well, but the Celtics, man, they look good.
they did.
They looked so good, and I hated it.
Yeah, Kyrie's not a game one guy though. Like
That's true.
people forget he was on the other side of that down 3-1. Like
That's
he's
true.
if anyone's gonna do it, like
Honestly,
he's
I'll
the
fight Derek White tomorrow. I hate I love Derek White, but I hate the way that man looks, dude. Just the and it's not now. I resent him for holding on to his hair for so long. Like I think he has some reparations to pay for that. That was egregious. Can I share my screen? Can I show you a picture of Derek White with hair?
I think you can actually.
Yeah, this man should have been in prison long before. Long before. Okay, hold on. Yeah, look at this. How do I share my screen? Settings. No. I need to share. Okay. Share screen, open system settings. This might not be worth it, but you have to know that this cannot go without being answered for. Do you remember what his hair looked like?
Kinda.
Oh, dang it. I would have to quit and reload it
No,
'cause
we'll
I'm not.
figure it out.
Yeah. I got it now. Oh, Here we go. Can you see it?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Look at
yeah.
this man.
Oh, yeah, that's bad.
That should be a felony.
Yeah. That's like almost as bad as Trey Young.
Well, almost. That's way worse than Trey
No,
Young.
Trey Young looks like you dropped a lollipop on the floor.
Yeah, he does. He's young too. Well, I guess Derek
Yeah.
White's young.
But
That's
Trey
true.
Young has looked like that since college. Like, it's been bad.
Yeah, I just don't know. I get Trey Young holding on to it though, because him bald.
Yeah.
I don't know if he can make it work. Derek White was at the point where it's like it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Might as well just do
Anything's
it.
better than this, dude. Anything's better than this.
I don't
But
think I could pull off the bald.
no, who could? I mean, actually, there are people born to be.
Yeah.
There are people born to be bald. Like Michael Jordan looks best bald.
Yeah.
On the other side, me, I have an egg head. I shaved my head once in sophomore year of high school. My buddy, we were in the kitchen. This is how sad it was. Not sad, but just how ugly I am. We were in the kitchen, and it's like 2 in the morning, and he just buzzed his head, and he was like, "Dude, you have to go over it." And I've always had longer hair. And I went, we did it, and my mom was asleep, and we woke her up, and I was like, "Mom, look," and she cried, and that's how I knew I was ugly. And then I looked at my friend, and I go, "What did you do?"
What did you
It's prime school season. Like I'm gonna have to go to school on Monday. My haircut just made my mom cry.
do?
Like, what am I about to do? What am I about to sign up for?
Yeah, we had that like during the like football camp. Everyone was like shaving funny stuff into their head, and I was like, nah, not for me.
Yeah,
Never
yeah,
really. I've never been one for peer pressure.
yeah. No. See, and I did it because I was like kind of bought in. Like I was like, oh yeah, grow back. Like maybe I'll look sick because he looked all right. I was like, dude, buzz cuts don't look that bad, and they're super easy. Like I wouldn't have. I could shower before bed and just get up like a girl. No, don't ever do it. You need to go to a barber and have them tell you if you got a weird shaped head first. And don't go to Great Clips because they're gonna tell you you don't have a weird shaped head, but you
Yeah,
do. Almost certainly you do.
yeah. I was a sports clips guy for a long time, and then I went to a real barber, and I was like, oh, huh, this looks
Some
way
people
better.
should get paid for this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, see, I go to Sports Clips now because I didn't have a barber when I moved down here, so I was like, what am I gonna do? And I actually found a lady at Sports Clips that I go to every time.
Mm,
And the first couple times she would like mess up a little bit, but now she
yeah,
likes my hair enough that she's got it down.
that
So
is true. I had a couple ladies at sports clips like that. It's just,
yeah.
but that first one is always bad.
And
I
like
had I had one lady one time at Sports Clips when I lived in California. Like, I'm sitting in the chair. First cut, she goes like this and cuts under her fingers. And
that's
she goes, "Is that good?" I was like, "I mean, I don't really have a choice now."
you're
She
like,
was like,
no,
"Is that?"
yeah.
Yeah, she was like, "Is that too short?" I was like, "You already cut it."
I wish you'd
Sure.
asked before we bought in.
Yeah, and I asked for like just a little, like just a trim. No, and then I looked like a towhead for 4 weeks.
Bro, hot take. Barbers can't do anything besides fades anymore. That's all a
Yeah,
barber can do. Like if you go to any barber, they can get you a good fade. But if you go to a barber and you're like, "Can you trim 3 inches off my hair?" They're, "Oh," and they just can't do it, dude. They just freak out. It's like they've
yeah,
never cut hair before. And you're like, "Do you realize that like before 2015, this was all you did was trim hair?"
yeah,
Like, this has not been like a forever thing.
yeah.
Like,
No, yeah, I have noticed that. My new barber here in Utah, he cut the sides of my hair with scissors, and I was like, "Whoa, this is
that's
crazy." Yeah,
yeah.
and it
See,
looked good.
that's what my sports clip. Yeah. See, when I get my hair cut and they pull out the clippers or whatever, I know I'm not gonna like it.
Yeah,
No.
when you could go buy the clippers at Rite Aid with the guards for like $30
Yeah.
and do it yourself. Yeah,
And then I know this person only ever does fakes because
hmm
she is not comfortable with a pair of scissors in their hand unless it's like a
yeah,
part where you have to use scissors. But by then it's usually too late.
yeah,
By then you're in, dude. You're strapped into that chair. And like the worst part for me is like I have a problem being confrontational when the person has the power. And it's like, I don't want to say anything because they could really mess me up right here. And I just don't want to confuse them. They have something in their head that they think is going to look good. Let me not plant any seeds because they obviously aren't going to do what I want. And that's been made clear, abundantly clear.
Abundantly. I
Hmm.
had the barber I went to in Idaho for a while, right after the sports clips.
Yeah.
They would all be drinking while they were giving haircuts, and I'm like, I don't know how I feel about this. You've got really sharp objects near my ears and eyes, and
Tell me that that wasn't the best haircut you ever got, though.
oh, it was great. It
It
was
was great.
unbelievable. But the first time I was like, oh no, I'm about to lose an
Listen,
ear.
barbers are weird. I feel like the more ghetto the barber, or just like if you see a barber shop that's beaten down and you can tell it's one person struggling to keep it open, go to that barber shop because if they've managed to struggle to keep it open, they are a good barber. In today's
True,
day and age, if you can't market and you can still run a business, you are good at what you do.
true.
Fantastic.
It's
Because
true.
there are some bad businesses that are around because they can market like
Mm-hmm.
mofos. Except for Red Lobster. They're going
Mm.
bankrupt.
R.I.P.
And they deserve it. I worked at Red Lobster. Endless
Hey,
shrimp doesn't do anything for the employees. It's a curse.
but the rolls or the biscuits,
Oh yeah. And we got unlimited.
unbelievable. Unbelievable. I would have been 800 pounds.
Well, actually not unlimited. Within reason, they told me after I got told talked to
Who
about it.
who decides the reason, right?
Well,
50
apparently
a
they do.
day.
Apparently, if the customers don't have any, you don't have enough. Well, I disagree. I brought in the customers 300 shrimp for 2 hours. I'm gonna eat their biscuit, and that's they don't need any extra biscuit. They've been here for 2 hours. I brought them 17 plates, and they're gonna tip me $10 because the bill's 25. I'm gonna eat their cheddar bay biscuit, and I'm gonna be happy about it.
As you should.
Yeah.
That's like the one job I've never done. I never did. I was never a server.
See, it was that's not a bad thing because you worked in hospitality, so you at least
Hmm.
get the gist of it. But
Yeah.
being a server, dude, it's like the disconnect between being a server and being served for a lot of
Hmm.
people is that once they're in that role of like, oh, I'm sitting at the table, this person's job is to serve me, they forget that you're a person.
Yeah.
Like they just like some people disrespect you so heavy and like I love the servers that like will say something because it catches people so off guard. Like it catches people so off guard. Like a guy one time, he was with his family and he was just being super rude. I came by and I was like, "Hey, I know you just sat down. Do any of you know what you want to drink? Like, I can go grab those real quick while the rest of you look at your menu." And I grabbed some waters, whatever I said. Just said hi. Does anyone know what they want to drink right now? We can go get those real quick. And everyone's like, "Oh no, just water for now, water for now." And a girl was like, "Oh no." I was like, "Okay, I'll go take a walk." And the guy was like, "Yeah, kid, take a walk." And I looked at him and I was like, "I'm gonna get you a new server because I'm not serving you." And he just shut up. He was like, and embarrassed the whole table. And I was like, "Yeah, you don't get to talk to people like that. Like, that's insane that you thought you could look me in the eyes, say, take a walk, kid." And
Yeah.
I get it if it's a joke, but like when you're looking someone in the eyes, you know if they're joking. Like it's not hard to be like, oh, that was a power play.
Yeah.
Little does
I
he
don't
know,
I
I
don't get it.
control
Like
Cheddar Bay biscuits.
I I literally like my food could be wrong. It could be undercooked. I will eat it and say it was great and give a good tip.
Yeah,
I don't have it in me. I'm not a mean person.
yeah,
I'm friendly.
yeah,
I'm also non-confrontational.
yeah. Well, see, and if you have a good server and you order a medium steak and they think the steak is medium rare, they'll ask. They'll be like, "Is
Yeah,
that too raw
exactly.
for you?" Like, but I will say I'm mostly the same. Like I'll always give a good tip. I'm okay with like pointing something out or asking if you
Yeah.
forgot something, but like there's only been one time where I was like, I'm not leaving a tip. And it was probably early on because they were polite. We did not get anything we asked for the first time. Like they
Yeah.
brought us out fries, a burger with no condiments. And we were no big deal, right? We were like, oh well, okay. Hey, can we get some ketchup, steak sauce, whatever we need? Yeah. 15 minutes later, still hasn't came back. We had to ask another server. She brought it. And then he came back. We're like, can we get some napkins or whatever? Like just like things that usually are on the table before you ever even get your food. Like we took 30 minutes to get. And me and
Yeah.
my friend were like, that was crazy. Like it is not busy in here.
Yeah.
They're
That is
work.
one thing. Like when it's actually like the server just not doing the job, that's
Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
But yeah, like if they're busy or like they just make a mistake and then they fix it, like
Yeah. And something out there for all these people going to restaurants, not every mistake that a server represents he made.
yeah,
Or like like very few. Like the only mistake they can really make is if they forget to bring you something.
yeah.
Other than that, it's probably not the server's doing.
So
But I like beefing with servers too. I get it. I get it. I like a little tease every now and then. Be like, like the people that put the $5 at the end of the table, and every time they mess up, they pull $1. I'd fight those people, but
yeah,
anything, dude, people will actually do that. People will really like put $20 in dollar bills at the end of the table, and not a lot, but like if you work in a restaurant, you'll see it like stuff,
yeah,
and then take $1 every time they feel like they waited or something, and it's like I would just look at them and be like, keep your money. I'm not serving you.
yeah.
Wave down a new server. I'm not serving you. Like I'm not a jester in a court for a
I would have
king.
just
Like,
I would just pull it off the table and be like, thanks.
and I'm gonna punch all your cheddar bay biscuits.
And then I'll eat them in front of you.
You're gonna get cheddar bay pancakes. Is what you're gonna get.
That'd be kind of fire though.
They wouldn't be bad. We had a rule when I was growing up in high school. If you were eating, because we'd go out to lunch, if you were eating and you left your food uncovered when you got up to leave, everyone would just punch it. And so we had a friend come visit, and he was a friend from middle school, so he missed this rule. And we were at McDonald's, and he got like a McDouble or something, I don't know. And he left it uncovered, and there's probably six people at the table, and we all just took turns punching it till he came back, and it literally just looked like have you ever taken something made of different like components and just mushed it
Mhm.
into a ball and it all became like one? That's what his burger was like, just flat. It was so great. You should
See,
have
you
ate.
just like you just walk into the Montana's weird jokes, like
Yeah. Well,
punching each other's food. I'm
dude,
just
weird
bored.
stuff starts happening when you get bored.
Yeah,
But you know what? Really good at wrestling.
good at wrestling.
Don't mess with a Montana wrestler. Actually, I think there's a few states that rank better, but they also have way more people.
Yeah,
So we're gonna go with Montana's the best. They're definitely the meanest.
that's true.
You
Bro,
ever been to any?
I went
You
to
went,
Glacier last summer, and the servers at the restaurants, and it's like in the national park. They were all like weirdly. They weren't like rude, but they were just like weird. They were
they were just
like we
not
went in like 20 minutes before or 30 minutes before they were about to close, and it was like a quick service taco place. It's not like we were sitting.
right.
And the dude's just like, "What do you want?" I was like, "Whoa!" It's like we're literally taking it to go. Settle down.
Dude, you know why? It's because around those national parks are just small towns. And so
Hmm.
like these people are used to like not dealing with people.
Yeah,
So like they like when they go get a job, even in Whitefish, like Whitefish,
yeah,
I don't know if you've heard of, yeah, it's like the place that all the celebrities live. And
yeah.
there's a lot of celebrities that live in Montana. We actually have a secret community in Montana that's I'll never remember where it is, but it's a secret community. You can't even get to it unless you own a house. And Justin Timberlake lives there. I think
Mm.
Bill Gates owns a house in there. Yeah, like Montana is so gorgeous. Like probably more celebrities live in Montana other than like LA or New
Yeah,
York, probably hands down than any other state. Like
yeah.
you want to be in Montana in the summer. But God, dude, if you can, I challenge anyone to go live a Montana winter. You
Especially,
haven't
especially
seen,
Great Falls
yeah, yeah, 70-mile-per-hour winds.
when it's already like 20 below.
Yeah, I saw something that was like hurricane winds 100 miles an hour, and I was like, that's a hurricane? I was like, we have
That's
negative 40 hurricanes, dude.
what you
Like,
do.
what? It's wild. And we go to school. We go to school. They say, starts at 8. See you at 8 a.m.
Well, we'll bump it back to 8:30.
No, they won't. And you know what else? It's dark.
True.
It's dark when you wake up. So they say it's -40, -60 with wind chill. The roads are icy. We'll see you at 8 a.m. And you know what else? If you're late, truant. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. And then a girl died. This is tragic. A girl died because of the road. She slipped off the roads, and they said, if your parents write in that they're concerned for your safety, you don't have to come in. And
That's
it's like,
wild.
maybe cancel school for a day. We could have one snow day in 12 years, maybe just one because of a death. Like that seems reasonable to me.
Also, aren't snow days supposed to be like built into the schedule so they can use them?
They are, but like in Montana, when would you go to school?
It's just like a pride thing. They're like, we're not gonna cancel school ever.
Yeah, no, they can't. They can't because like, where do you draw the line? Because if you draw the line at -20, you're out of school for 2 months.
Yeah,
Like,
that's awful.
you can't really draw the line. So they're like, you just have to go. You have to deal with it. I don't know what to tell you. And it's not so bad, but it's not so great. It's not so
It
great.
sounds pretty bad.
No, the best part was we had two campuses, and you had to walk between, and it was a very steep hill. And when it got icy, dude, when it got icy, so we were walking home from lunch one time, and this poor girl, just like a nice girl, heavier, but she's walking up the hill, and she slips and falls. And no one really notices except for us. But
Hmm.
my friend goes, "Oh!" and screams it. And so everyone looks at her and he goes, "You okay?" And she just goes after him. Shut that. And he was like, "I wonder why she was so mad." I was like, "Probably because you just made a scene that poor girl ate it in front of everyone." But he has no common sense. We can't. It's like expecting a child to be able to make their own food at like 3.
Yeah,
Unless she just doesn't know you, buddy. Don't take it to heart.
yeah. The friends like that are the worst sometimes when you do have common sense and you're just when you're with them and you're like, why would you say that? Like just
Yeah.
making me look bad.
No, he's like that. But he's great. He also he but the catch 22 with those people is that also for me I feel like in any crowd they're a great social dynamic
Yeah,
because you could do
100%.
anything and you won't look silly.
True.
You could say anything and they're gonna say something to make people hate them more. It's guaranteed. I never do. And that's what I need in my life because
A large water bottle. I think bigger than your head.
we understand. Dude, it's 110 today. Let me check. It's so hot, bro.
I
But
don't know how you do that. I couldn't.
well, it's not so bad. I just let me tell you something. When you live in the cold your whole life, the heat, you're like, whatever, dude. Like
Yeah.
and you got a pool, you're like,
And no humidity is better because I was just in Florida
yeah,
and like it was awful.
the
It
humidity.
was like 95, 85% humidity and I felt like I was being pressed by the heat.
Yeah. See that the wet heat. Yeah, that's the worst part. Like dry heat, like I think the hardest part about dry heat is when the sun's blaring on you, you can really feel it. But like when it goes down here, it'll still be 95. It feels fine. Like as long as the sun's not blaring at you, it's really not that bad. After you like a month of getting used to it, you'll be like, "Oh,
Yeah.
but there's no sun. Like it's 8 at 8 p.m. Feel good."
Yeah. I feel like the AC works hard too. And
Oh, dude, the bills get crazy. Like we have
oh,
a
I'm
pool
sure.
pump too, so we'll probably see $600 bills this summer for power.
Damn.
Yeah, it's no joke. They do
Gotta
not play in Arizona.
tell your landlord to get some solar.
I know, dude. He won't. I don't even know who they are. They're a property management company, and they didn't fix anything, bro. They came in and started fixing little things after we moved in. I was like, this seems like a pre thing, not a post thing. Like they're like, oh yeah, sorry about the hole in the wall. We're like, no, don't worry about it, I guess.
It's fine.
Yeah. But no, they came in and it's actually a pretty nice house, so
Yeah.
we're happy with it. But
I like
yeah.
can't wait to see it.
Dude, I know. We seriously do need to schedule a time to do like a podcast together in person
Yeah.
and go do something fun.
Yeah.
Whether it be in Utah or here. do like a day of like we could if you come here, we go to Tiger Woods putt-putt course and have a challenge. Loser has to hold their breath for 3 minutes or die. Trying.
I can hold my breath for all of 12 seconds. So,
See, if I'm not moving, I can hold my breath for like 2 minutes probably. But the second I start putting out physical activity, that's when the nicotine is like, nah,
all
no, you ain't doing that. But I got good lungs. Well,
right, go run a block and tell me you got good lungs.
do you want to time me?
Got to
Pull out
do
a
a lap
timer.
around the house.
No, I'm gonna hold my breath. Ready?
Feel like you got to plug your nose too, otherwise you're cheating. It's some high quality content right here. Silence while Matt holds his breath. I'm keeping this all in too. I'm not cutting any of it out. Yeah, I would have been out already, passed out. Really want someone to walk in the room. Like, what are you doing? 1 minute.
You know what it is? You gotta fight the when you get the choking feeling. It makes your body does that because it
Yeah.
makes you feel like you're running out of oxygen to the brain, but you're not.
See,
And
that's where I get into trouble. I when I get uncomfortable, I give in to that.
well, see, the scary part for me is now I know that, and that's a good way for me to pass out because I'll be like, well, I guess there is no way to know when I'm running out of oxygen. Like I felt pretty good right there, but I was like, honestly, I didn't think I'd make it to a minute.
that
So yeah, I probably could have gone 2 minutes, but that was minute 15 maybe. We'll cut it down a little
would have been so funny if you
bit. Just you just face
just
planted on the computer.
man down.
That'd have been a good outro. Just me just slapping down.
Just cut it right
Yeah,
as you pass out.
for real. Outro. We need an outro. We need like a
I
theme.
know.
I have a. I wish we had viewers already so we could have them vote.
Yeah. I mean,
This is
Cooper will watch.
my vote.
We'd have to pay for that. We don't have the funds for that.
But we could just do it until they say something.
I just want you to sing our.
Cool.
I want you to sing our.
I'll sing our intro. I'll sing. What's the law about like? Because I think anything before a certain date is public domain.
It's like 70 years. Is the issue.
Damn, damn. Yeah, because yeah. Well, what if I sing it?
Well, that you still also have to pay for that because it's the.
What's the point of art if I can't copy it word for
I can't. I
word?
can't steal someone else's.
Yeah, I don't get it. No, but I actually do have to. We might have to cut this short.
Okay. I
But
mean, we said we were going to do 15 minutes and we did 45, so I think we're good.
yeah, we killed it actually.
Oh, yeah.
This is just natural.
I know. It's so.
Next week, I'm gonna bring some things I want to ask you about, but we do pretty good. We probably won't
Yeah.
get any of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I've had topics for a while that we haven't
we
touched.
just they're gonna be outdated by the time we get to them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go run an errand, and then I'm gonna go buy some goggles so I can snorkel in my pool.
Perfect. You do
And that's
that.
what I'm gonna do.
Send pics. We'll add them to the Instagram.
Will do. Will do. All right, Andrew. Good talk as always.
As always.
Have a good
Episode
rest.
1.25.
Yeah, episode 1.3 because I think this is the third
Yeah.
podcast we've done. But
I
between
think we
all
got it figured out now.
and I don't hate it because even if we didn't get to keep any material from all of these three, let's say, for example, we
Hmm.
still like got more comfortable.
Yeah. Oh, it's gotten so much
Yeah.
better.
Yeah. And I think that's important just because we're not in the same room. Like I feel like this would
Yeah.
be 10 times better initially if we were in the same
100%.
room because we're just a good dynamic. But like it will grow from
Yeah.
this. And like I have I need to find a cool background. I think I'm
What?
gonna do a Golden State one for all the people who want to join the winners bandwagon.
Hey,
If Golden State doesn't win a finals in the next 3 years, I will personally shave my head again.
I will shave your head.
You believe they'll win in the next 3 years? Yeah, losing Bob Myers was tough, but actually, I don't even know who our new guy is, our new GM. I forget his name, but he's done pretty good. He's done most NBA GMs are constantly disappointing, so
Yeah.
I could be more sad. Bob Myers is just a genius. He got out at the perfect time. He's like, let me
True.
leave while I'm the best to ever do it, basically. Him and Pat Riley, man. It's hard
I
to
think
beat it.
I might start rocking the Pat slick back.
You should. You should. I could, dude. My hair's made. Do I have a five head? Oh my God. See, I got a dome.
Yeah, I got a small head.
Yeah, you have a good hairline. The thing is, I
Yeah,
have such
which is crazy because my
hair.
dad is so bald.
I have thick hair. I just have a high hairline. I actually don't look that bad, huh?
It, it looks higher because the hair on the side is long. Like if that was short,
Yeah,
it wouldn't look bad.
that's true.
Your hair is starting to get helmety like it does when it gets long.
Well, I was wearing a hat.
I
I was wearing a
I
hat.
can
You know
tell.
why? Because in the morning, if I don't wear a hat, it gets real poof, but there's no structure to it. It's just poof, and
You just
so I have to tame it for like
no,
20
you
minutes.
just gotta let it fly.
I know. Well, see, it's the thing is, it's in that awkward stage where it's not long enough to be to like leave alone, and it'll just fall, but it's not short enough to also not address and just be okay with.
Yeah,
I'm in that stage where like it's long enough to cause problems and short enough to do it.
that's where I always end up cutting my hair because I always want to grow it out, and then it's that awkward stage, and I'm like, this is
Yeah.
gross. I look homeless.
See, I just hate getting my hair cut.
I do
I'll
too.
procrastinate it
I
forever. I don't
think
care.
honestly, I feel like that's an ADHD thing,
Yeah, procrastination for sure.
but procrastinate, but like specifically with haircuts.
Yeah, I would say so. I'm Maverick. I would say so. But all right, Andrew.
All right,
Good run. Great run.
good runs.
Let me know if you need help with like editing or like
Yeah,
anything I can do because I don't want to leave you to all the work to alone.
yeah. I'll
All
let
right.
you know.
Love, love, love. Have a good
All right.
rest of your day.
Do you want to do an outro and keep this one?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Let's for sure keep this one. We got to think of an outro though. Oh,
I
you
mean,
know,
for the outro, just do like
plugs.
Instagrams and stuff.
All
Yeah,
right. So,
all
okay,
you.
let me think of a good way into it. Thank you for joining us today. Make sure to follow me, Klesh, KLESH.25 on Instagram, Kleshy25 on Twitter, X.
Not
That's
Clashy25 on Instagram because that one
Don't
will try to
follow
steal your money.
Kleshy25 on Instagram. They will try and steal from you. They stole from me a whole Instagram account. 800, 1,000 plus followers. Now I have 300, and none of them even care about me.
Hey, one of them does.
At least one of them does.
You can
Maybe two.
follow me on Instagram, Andrew_Bruce21. I don't do X. I've got one, but I'm not going to give it to you because I haven't posted since 2016. So,
DM me, I'll give it to you.
all
Okay.
right.
Good night and good morning.
Good night.